Hey guys, I'm driving to work today and I just wanted to talk to you guys about the issues with restricting abortion in the state of Florida and how it really affects people who live here. Luckily, most of my patients now have access to care. If they, for whatever reason, say there's a genetic abnormality with the baby and they need to make a very difficult decision, they have the ability to go to another state and seek the care they they can get, meaning they can go to a place like New York, and if they need an abortion and make a very hard decision for their family, they have the ability to do that. There's a story of a patient that I remember vividly from residency. She came into the clinic and she came in after being raped and she was first trimester pregnant. She also happened to be really diabetic. Her A1C was greater than 10. And at the time, even though there was a 15-week abortion ban, because there was still very limited access to care, at least financially, for patients who need it, she was diagnosed with something called the limb body wall syndrome. And that is a syndrome where basically all the organs of the body are basically just hanging out. And it is a condition that is completely not viable. That baby will never be born alive. But because she didn't have money and she didn't have access to care, she didn't have the opportunity to have any birth control or interventions. We couldn't really do anything with her except continue managing her pregnancy. So at that point, we sent her to a few places that could potentially help her. And basically, for her, the issue, she could not terminate the pregnancy, which again was completely non-viable, was for financial causes. She ended up making it to the third trimester. I was on labor and delivery that day. That baby had something also called an anencephaly, which is basically a very big swelling in the brain that basically comes out of the skull. And we ended up having to deliver that baby. Again, she was very sick. She came in with her blood sugars easily above 200. Her water broke. And she ended up having to push a baby out in the third trimester that was completely not viable, that we were honestly concerned because of the swelling in the brain from that encephalocele that would fit through her vagina. And I remember sitting there with her as she had to push this baby out and seeing the intestines come out first, actually, and then we were concerned that the head would not come out, and then eventually the encephalocele popped and we're able to deliver the baby. But that was a situation that no one should ever have to go through. That's something so horrible that I feel we can do better as a society to offer care for these people. And if you'll tell me, let's say you don't care, let's say that is not the biggest issue for you. Let's say finances are the biggest situation. The amount of cost to the system that that patient had to go through, the amount of care that she had to go through, versus if we were able to, before she got pregnant, offer her birth control, or offer her a first trimester abortion and make that accessible, the cost on the system for everyone else would also be cheaper, let alone the absolute tragedy that this human being had to go through. Um, I know it's a morbid thought. I know this isn't a very happy story, but I think it's important when we're voting for things such as reproductive rights that we should know who these rights are mostly affecting and how we can do better for people. Have a good day, guys.